Welcome with Bolding with Daytrade. I had a conversation yesterday with a few individuals about preparing a trailing stop and also how to protect your order with the OCO bracket order. So what we have here is a small trade I'm monitoring. I could exit the trade today or once it sells itself. So I'm going to just explain the bracket order. So the bracket order is protects your stop. One entry, one limit. You get into the trade. One entry, which gets you in the market, which we take the market at limit order, which we took in this zone here. And then we have one limit. So it tells you limit. The bracket protects your it sells once you get to your demand zone, prior to your demand zone, the limit, and it also have your stop. So if the zone fails and price turns around, you will get stopped out for a short percentage. I usually try to get into trades where my risk is probably around 3 to 5%, or just outside of the zone. Because you need to create a demand zone, and you need to create your supply zone. That's just how price move from supply to demand. So if that demand zone is too wide, which is here, let me blow that up. So if the demand zone is too wide of a zone, which mine isn't, the amount here, the price in between the proximal and distal line is going to be calculated. That'll be your risk. The price within this is your proximal line and your distal line of your demand zone. That's your risk factor. You have to give the zone itself time to work. So if price comes in this zone and it comes out of the zone, it triggers your stop. That means the zone fails. Doesn't necessarily mean the zone fails. The platform is designed to take out stops, and then it'll go forward. That's how the platform makes its money if your stops is too tight. At the same time, if the zone fails, you want to be out of the trade. So this is actually what we call a drop base rally. You see price close below the previous candle. And this is your leg in candle, because price closed below your leg in. This is your base candle. These two could be base in, or these actually 1, 2, 3 could be base in, but then you're gonna have a large demand zone. So this is my drop base rally. Price didn't move out; it retraced, and it closed here. So I use this as my zone. Now price, this is the actual trade as we speak. Now you see the bracket? This bracket is your bracket order. This is your bracket order. So now my stop is all the way down here at 35.73. Once this large movement creates a new zone, I will move my bracket with my stop closer to price itself. But this can also retrace back to 37, then starts a new zone. So this candle hasn't closed. We have to wait until this candle fully closes. The candle takes 1 hour to fully close. So if we go on a 1 hour, right now, if I go to a 5-day, 1 hour time frame, let's see, 5-day, 1 hour. Yes? Okay. Okay. A few minutes. 5 hour, 1 hour time frame, this candle will close at 10, it's 9:30, 10:30. So this candle will stay in existence for 1 hour after the market opens, which it's only been active 9:47. So this candle will close at actually fully close at 10:30. Then I could start deciding where I move my stop. So right now it's retracing. If I had my stop anywhere in here, I could probably get stopped out of the trade. So I still monitor on a 5-day, 15-minute chart. That's how I trade, 5-day, 15-minute, and it tells me pretty much what the candles are doing. And I could blow this up a little bit. You can see where on the 5-day, 15-minute chart, the candle starts to create another zone right here. Could I put another demand zone here and put my stop below? Yeah, but I'll give it some time to work. So this is the perfect example of your bracket order. OCO bracket order cancel order, which means the computer is actually doing the trading for me. If my price turns around and fall outside of this zone, I'll be stopped out. Once the price goes into my supply zone, then it'll pretty much sell itself. So like I said, I was having a conversation with a few friends last night, and I was trying to explain to them the safest way to trade is the bracket. And this is a perfect example of the bracket. So I'm looking to get stopped out somewhere at 43.31. I'll eventually move my stop somewhere up to 39.54. And then if price continues to rally, I'll move my limit order further into the next zone. So you always have to have zones ready if price breaks out. I got two zones ready. If this zone doesn't create resistance, I'll know exactly where price is going. And you gotta have zones. Go back in history and create zones. You could go back I'm gonna go back to 180 days, and I'm going back in time 180 days, 6 months, and I have zones created all the way up based on past movement. So you can see the rally, the pump and dump, we call it. You can see the pump and dump here. Then, price continues. If you do a trend line, a 90-day trend line, you can see price continues. You can see the downtrend actually. And then price turns around here at this point, then you can see where the uptrend starts. So I'm predicting, even though we do have a retracement, price is going to continue to rally up and up. And we'll see what it does. But right now the bracket order is set. All my zones, all my supply zones are created, and all my demand zones are created. So now I kind of control this asset. I could always short. Once I reach my limit, I could prepare for a short, get ready to short the market, and I already have my zones predetermined. So if price reaches my zone here, my supply zone, and decides to turn around, I have demand zones, fresh demand zones, already created. Boom, boom, within the curve. I'd have to change the curve because right now I set my curve for a 5-day curve. We're gonna count today, Tuesday. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-day curve. So I'll remove this drawing, go find my Fibonacci tool, and create a new curve. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-day curve is right. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-day curve is right here. So that's my new curve. So that's telling me price is going to rally up into the $41 price bracket. And once you reach the top of the curve, at 100%, the top of the curve, I'm looking for a retracement where price, I'll get ready to do a short, where price will do a pullback into one of these demand zones. So once price finishes its rally, it's going to create new zones, and that's where I'm going to get my new demand zones from. It doesn't exist as yet. So once price finishes its rally, it's going to have demand zones in here that I got to create. Okay, so that's the OCO bracket, order cancel order within the curve. Price is moving well. Everything is going as planned. And once it starts to create new zones, I'll adjust my my stop to lock in profits. Boning with day trade.